GTA San Andreas. We're doing the story missions, although this isn't a story, taking over gang territories. Double A gamer for life. Okay, so like I mentioned in the last couple of videos, is that before we get to the riot mission, you want to make sure that you take over a certain amount of the gang areas. And while you're doing that, um, your hood will be, excuse me, your hood will come under attack. So you'll be at one end of the map trying to take over territories, and then your hood will get attacked in a different area, so you'll have to boogie over there. Okay, now it's totally up to you, the gamer, how far you want to go as far as taking over gang territories. Um, in order to proceed with the end mission, you need about 35% of the area taken over, which is, don't really know exactly how much of that is, 35% of the area. I actually take over the whole Los Santos area, and I made videos for all that, but I'm not going to show all that. It's really up to you how far you want to go, and estimating 35% really shouldn't be a big problem for you. I would just recommend doing a big chunk around the Grove Street area, and just estimate what 35% of that will be. So as you're taking over areas, like I mentioned, your hood will come under attack. So you go there, you take out all the dudes that are trying to take over your area, and that'll be that. So I'm going to head back over to the right side of the map. We're over by the beach. And taking over gang territories is really not that hard. If you got the M4 and the minigun, it makes your life a lot easier. And you want to do this before starting the riots. You don't want to be having to take over gang territories while the riot's going on. There's a lot of craziness going on while the riot's happening. So once you start the riot, you just pretty much want to do the last couple of missions and end the game from there. Now obviously if you're only taking over 35-40% of the gang territories and you end the game, the territories will be there to take over after the game if that's something you feel like doing, but it isn't for me. Once I've done the end of the line and taken out Tenpenny and Smoke, I'm pretty much done with San Andreas. Okay, so once you finally get the gang war provoked, as you saw, if you gotta shoot dudes in cars, then by all means do that. But you can see how the M4 comes into play here. It's the weapon that auto locks at its greatest distance. And I like carrying the minigun because it'll take out a gang car with the quickness, and if you have any large groups of gangs, you can just wipe them out with that.
That's cool.
Okay, throughout a gang war, or a territory fight, or whatever you want to call it, it will spawn off health and armor off into one side, so just as easy to run off and grab it. As you can see there's some armor.
What you saying?
As soon as you start a gang war, the traffic will stop, and then as soon as it ends, the traffic comes right back again.
Hey, what's the holdup?
So the ideal thing to do is when you're between waves, I like to try to run off into one particular direction and try to get the wave of guys in front of me, so I'm not having to deal with them from two different
Cool now, huh?
directions.
You lost the wheel. Huh? Should've got the fuck out of here. Come on, move it. This how I used to beat your mother. Shit.
Like, run up to me with a
Give me that.
bat. I got a machine gun, dude.
Welcome to America. Now. You think I got issues?
See how fast the minigun just takes out a gang car? Turn around, just sweep the street.
Oh, you're too kind.
Okay, so after
Asshole.
this, I'm going to pretty much get to the last few missions of San Andreas, and that's going to wrap it up. But like I said, it's up to you how many of the gang territories you want to take over. I took them all over, but you don't have to do that. All you need is about 35-40% of them. You can see right there I got a nice chunk of it done. So we're going to go ahead and get to the riot now. Double A Gamer for Life. If you like the videos, you can always support us by checking out the ads.